Hi, it's me. Today I thought I'd make a video about how to assemble your clarinet and how to put the reed on the mouthpiece. So this is my clarinet. There are four parts to the clarinet body. From the bottom, you have the bell, the lower joint, the upper joint, and the barrel. And then this is the mouthpiece and ligature. We'll talk about those later. So when assembling the clarinet, I start with the two body joints, the upper joint and the lower joint. The lower joint has the 4 keys here, 3 keys on the side, 3 open holes, and it's slightly bigger than the upper joint, which has these side keys that come down, the keys on the top, 2 rings, and then 1 ringless hole. So the thing to keep in mind when you're putting these two together is that the keywork can be fragile. So you don't want to squeeze, you don't want to grab the rods down here, especially the longer rods. If you put pressure on them, they can bend and it can cause problems in the future and lead to expensive repairs. You want to gently hold the clarinet like this. And then we want to align this bridge key right here and right here. These keys need to connect, and the upper joint key needs to sit exactly on top of the lower joint bridge key. Something you can do to help with that, to make sure that they don't get stuck, is to push this key down. If you see, when I push it down, it lifts the bridge key. So hold this key down. I like to start in this position and then gently twist the clarinet together, and there we have it. And the bridge keys are aligned. The holes should all be in a single line. So now that we have the body of our clarinet assembled, we need to put on the bell and the barrel. So the bell attaches to the bottom of the lower joint. So where the 4 keys are, the larger tenon, the larger cork. So again, hold the clarinet gently and just twist and push. The barrel goes on top of here. So again, place it on, twist, and push. There you go. So for the mouthpiece will go into the top of the barrel. Our mouthpiece, ignore mine, I need to clean it. So for our mouthpiece, there's 3 parts to the very top of the clarinet. The mouthpiece, the reed, and then our ligature. The ligature is what holds the reed onto the mouthpiece, and the reed is what creates the sound when we play. Some ligatures look different. So mine is leather with a single screw. Some will be entirely metal with 2 screws, entirely metal with 1 screw. Some are woven, so there are no screws. So we'll go over how to put on the ligature, and I'll explain the variations if you have for the different types. The best way that I found to put on the reed and ligature for beginning clarinet students is to put the ligature on first. This way, you don't accidentally hit the ligature against the tip of the reed and break the reed. If your reed is chipped, cracked, or looks like you got a little hungry and took a bite out of it, it's time to throw it away. The reed should look like this. Completely smooth tip, clean, not broken. So, to start off, for me, since my screw, I have a single screw and it's in the back of the ligature, we're going to put it so that the screws are always, always, always on the right-hand side. So for me, it'd be like this, where the screw, if I'm facing the open hole, is on the right-hand side. If you have a metal ligature, the screws might be on the front. A lot of times you'll see a ligature with 2 metal screws, and they will be on the front. So it should look something like that. once you have your ligature on, then you take your reed. The thicker part of the reed down into the mouthpiece, between the ligature and the mouthpiece. You can see the tip of the reed is the same shape as the tip of the mouthpiece. So we want to try to line them up like a puzzle. So lift the ligature a little bit, slide the base of the reed in, and push down. And line it up with the tip. Then I want to make sure that my ligature is centered. So the way that it's holding the reed is equal on both sides, that the reed is laying evenly on the flat part of the mouthpiece right here. And tighten. Now you just want to tighten the screws until they stop moving. You don't want to really crank it down and keep twisting. With some of the metal mouthpieces, especially the cheaper ones that are generally designed for students, they can actually break if you crank down on the screw too tight. The screw's too tight. So you just want to turn it until it's shut and the reed's not going to move. So the end result should look like this, where the reed is evenly placed in line with the tip. And it's difficult to see, but you can actually see a tiny bit of black, a tiny, tiny little shadow of black over the tip of the reed. So, just like the rest of the clarinet, we take the mouthpiece and put the cork part into the top of the barrel, and then the reed should line up with the register key, which is this long, skinny key on the back of the clarinet. And once it is, you're ready to play. So I hope you like this. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. And leave a comment. Let me know if you found this helpful, if you have any other questions about assembling your clarinet. So thanks. Happy practicing.